Hello family, welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, back with another video. Guys, as always, I like to say thanks to all of our new subscribers. Guys, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for watching the content, for liking the content and sharing the content. If you are new here for the first time, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Guys, do all solid. If you're watching the content and you like the content, subscribe to the channel. It don't cost you anything, okay? And if you want to get the notification when the new videos come out, which new videos come out pretty much every single day, hit the notification bell so you can get new videos when they come out. Okay, guys? All right. So with that said, guys, we got over 200. We got over 426 videos, guys. This is terrible. I make videos every single day on this channel. That's a lot of videos. 426 videos. Wow. Anyway, guys, you are here because you want to make money, you want to retire early, you want to have a financial future, financial independence, all of that good stuff. Guys, if you are here, you're in the right place, because I'm a 52-year-old man that makes videos about my portfolio and my portfolio alone, and I make videos every single day. I just said that, right? I make videos every single day. So you can watch and learn from my mistakes, so you can avoid the same mistakes, because the market have its ups and downs. But you know what? We cannot complain, because we bought the thing we invested into, and we get out of it when we feel unsafe. Okay, that's pretty much it. Okay, you buy it when you don't feel safe anymore, you sell out of it, and you try your best to sell out of it at a profit, not a loss. Sometimes you have to do what you have to do, but that's your decision, guys. Okay, with that said, let's look at what is going on well, the market's already closed, right? But let's see what's happened today in the S&P 500. Okay, so this is the S&P 500, y'all. All right, as you can see, right, it's a little bit of red going on, right? We got Meta's down, Berkshire Hathaway, JP Morgan Chase, Microsoft, Adobe, Oracle, Home Depot, Waste Management, Exxon Mobil, what else? To name a few are down, okay? But from a decent standpoint, we have Google, Apple, Broadcom, Nvidia, AMD, Tesla, Amazon, Netflix, J&J, Albi, and CVX. All of these companies are in the green today. Of course, Costco also in the green. Okay, I am a Costco member, so of course you guys know I own Costco, right? I own Costco in my not in my dividend portfolio. I have it in my growth portfolio. Even though Costco do pay dividend, but they pay very little, so I'm gonna have to have $20-30 million or something to live off of Costco as a dividend investor. So of course I'm not investing in Costco right now for a dividend. I'm investing in them for growth. Okay, so it's in my growth portfolio, and whenever those dollars or whatever come in, I reinvest it into whatever I choose to at the time. Okay, guys, so you can see the S&P 500 today wasn't a great day, but you know what? We cannot complain, because the market does what the market does. Okay. Now you see Bitcoin is climbing back up. In the last hour is up 0.66%. The last 24 hours, almost 2% at 1.94%. And my big boy here, Ethereum, is doing its thing, up 5% today, and today in the last 24 hours, and in the last hour is up almost 1% as 0.91%. Okay, XRP back up to $3.10. So if you got some money XRP, you're doing good. Now you wish you bought more, right? Okay, so BNB is pushing up to freaking $800, man. $781.08, up 1% in the last 24 hours, and up 0.40% in the last 1 hour. 24 hours, 1%. The last hour, up 0.40%. Solana is doing its thing. It's finding its way back, up 24 in the last 24 hours, 1.94%. In the last hour, 1.21%. Solano is at $171.80 right now. As you see, we look at this live, so this go up and down, it fluctuates. Tron is at 34 cents, up 1.47% in the last hour, down 0.06%, 0.05%. So it's finally we're back. It seems like the crypto is climbing back up today. Let's see what my thing is. Up, Shiba Inu is up 1.10%, up in the last 24 hours, 2.53%. That is not bad, okay? So guys, we took a look at crypto from this standpoint. We go to the other chat. You see Bitcoin, right? It is like so big. Soon enough, Bitcoin is going to swallow all of these things. And let's see, the market cap is $7.46 billion, and the volume is still low, right, at $163 million in the last 24 hours. Okay, Bitcoin, $2.34 trillion, and the volume in the last 24 hours, 36.69 billion with the B. And we look at Ethereum, which is ranked number 2 among crypto. It is 465.26 billion, and the volume in the last 24 hours is $27.77 billion. Okay guys, so if you're going to put your money in some crypto, it is what it is. Now the market just closed and people are selling after hours, and you can see some of my positions already dropped down $8.43, which is 0.31% of my portfolio. But during the normal hour, we did almost a 1%. But this portfolio went up almost 1%, which is amazing. And you can see, guys, this portfolio only got a couple $1,000s in it, and I'm trying to grow this portfolio to pay for my baby tuition. She will be going to school next week on the 13th. She's heading back to Houston. I was trying to get her to leave on Thursday because they check into the dorms on the 15th, but she wanted to leave a day early and stay in the hotel. You know, kids are grown, they do what they want to do, but this is to pay for her tuition. And for now, I have to pull money out of the other portfolio, which is, we're fighting to keep that portfolio alive right now. So the rest of this month, a lot of things gonna happen or change, or either for the better or for the worse, but only time will tell. Now, I didn't spend any money in this portfolio today because, of course, you see we only have 30 cents in the portfolio, and we're hoping tomorrow things can be better. Okay, let me log back. Let me log into this thing here. Give me a sec. All right, y'all. I thought I'd log into the thing, and of course, I didn't log into it. Your boy's doing too much. So the day changed across the board for these two portfolios, right? Pretty much, my daughter brokerage account, which I've been saying I'm going to transfer this out of here forever, and I haven't done so. But I am going to do it. I think tomorrow I'm going to call them to see what I need to do. I know I have to write a letter or something like that. So I'm going to call them again because it's been a minute since I did that, and do what I need to do tomorrow to get this out of the way. But let's go into my account here, my card account. You can see the portfolio is up $204 and change today, which that's amazing. Okay. For another small portfolio, got less than $20,000 in it, but we're still down 21.70%. We did 1.59% today in the portfolio. That is good. Okay, I cannot complain because, you know, a lot of things, a lot of my stuff I have, you know, is in the NASDAQ or some of it in the S&P 500. But when the market, when both markets go down, you know, the NASDAQ down, the Dow's down, S&P down, then my portfolio struggle. But when, you know, the NASDAQ is up, the Dow is up, you know, I mean, things are a little different sometimes. But the bottom line is, you can see, guys, I have green here, but you can see everything I have here is still in red. Okay, I sold a few positions out, and today I didn't buy anything because, of course, everything is green. So I'm like, I'm not buying nothing with everything green, even though my cost business is down. I'm not buying nothing. I'm gonna wait. Okay, so that's what I did. I didn't buy anything. I waited, and we're gonna see what's gonna happen in next tomorrow, and then to come Monday, we'll see what's gonna happen to the portfolio. Okay. All right, so we are in here. Let me go back over here, come out of here. And there we go. It's moving a little slow. So guys, in my big boy portfolio, like I like to say, we are up today. This thing said 1.6%, but actually I'm up 2.85% in my Fidelity account, right? My big boy portfolio, my margin account. It's the only margin account that I have now, and I'm glad I do, because it eliminates all of the stress of worrying about moving money in between accounts. Okay, so this portfolio is up 2.85%, so almost 3%, and a couple of $1,000 at the end of the market, right before the market closed. A couple of things went and pushed it up, and you know, I don't know, of course, after hours, if it's going to continue to do what it's doing or it's going to go down. You know, it's kind of hard to tell. But, you know, except, you know, my portfolio, my Robinhood portfolio have similar positions. Not all of it, have some similar positions. So I always look at it. If my Robinhood position is doing bad, there's a big chance my other portfolio is going to be kind of borderline. But if it's green, even if it's down a little bit, it's going to be good. So that's why I kind of, you know, look at those two and kind of see where we're going. But, you know, I cannot complain, because I did a lot of selling yesterday to get me out of margin calls. And, you know, I think I did the right thing and to save my portfolio. And we're going to survive another day. We get paid tomorrow. We got more income coming to the portfolio today. Some income came into the portfolio yesterday. Got income coming today and tomorrow. And then on Friday, we will do our income review video. Right now we're at $12,000 for this month. And we're going to see how much more we're going to add to that 12 grand going forward. Okay, guys? All right, I will show you guys this, and let's see here. There's so much different things I can look at on this, you know, Snowball Analytics tracker. It got a lot of information. I don't think I even use a smidget of this thing, right? So right now, this thing is telling us we got about $39,000 we can expect this month. You know, at some point I have hope. I'm like, yeah, we're probably going to do more. But, you know, sometimes I'm like, I don't know. So you can see the graph of how this thing goes up and down and fluctuate. Of course, this is based on the S&P 500. I need to select the other benchmark and add, you know, the NASDAQ and the Dow to this to make sure, you know, things are kind of close, right? So this is what I have invested in. The purple, as you can see, is kind of coming down because I did sell some stuff. And this is the portfolio where it's at, right over here, trying to meet each other right there, the total in the portfolio. And this is the S&P 500. So right now the S&P 500 is pretty much kicking my butt across from this standpoint. But I mean, this just gave you a whole year, you know, thing. And if I go all, it's gonna update and give more detail. I mean, pretty much the same, right? But just something I want to show you guys. Of course, this is not, you know, this is not as accurate because it's not 100% up to date, but it updated at some point, and that information is gonna be, you know, more accurate as we go through this thing. All right. Okay. So in here you can see we're down. We went down a few $1,000s, $5,000 or $6,000. So we at 1,779. And like I say, I have made some plans and arrangements to, well, I would say arrangements, right? To sell a few more things in my portfolio and target bringing down my cost base. So the income might drop a little bit, but the goal is to bring down my cost base to where you see I have this almost $200,000 difference, right? I need to bring that down to where it's, you know, under $30,000. I think that's too much, even at 30K. But if you don't have a buffer, if you don't have that big buffer in your portfolio, and I have a lot of positions in my portfolio, so of course that makes it sometimes difficult to do. But if you have a buffer in your portfolio, a couple $100,000, $300,000, $400,000, it's easy to fight against that because I can take one positions at a time, break down my cost base, right, and then sell back what I don't need. Once I bring my cost base down, I can sell back to where I was before and still have the same cost base. And I will be bringing back income into the portfolio. So that's $170 something thousand that could be added back to the portfolio that I can invest in something else, or just let it sit there at a buffer and collect my 30, 40 grand I got coming in every month. So this is the I know I've been talking about this probably for the last 6 months, but I really haven't done anything to show for it, right? Right before I start getting prepped to where we're like, okay, we're going to start attacking it. Of course, we got hit by more tariffs. The portfolio went down a little bit, and we're bringing the portfolio back. But guess what? It's still my own money. So even though we put the money back into the portfolio, it's still my own money. So it's not like it's a bad thing. I'm just putting back money what I put in. And another thing, if you watch the video this far, right? You remember, guys, I was telling you guys I talked to Fidelity about reducing my my interest, right? So at one point I had like 11 point something percent in my margin interest, okay? And this stuff here, people charge you guys for this. I'm giving it to you for free. I had like 11, it was like 11 point something percent. And then yesterday when I checked it, right, my margin interest was at 10.8 something percent, because I was like, I really don't really pay attention to stuff sometimes. And so they actually drop it down a little bit. But then when I had a conversation with what's his name, Sean, on Monday, right, when I asked him those questions about my margin and stuff like that, what to expect, I asked for them to reduce my margin interest. And he's like, excuse me, he's like, it's gonna take until Friday and we're gonna get back to you. So I told him, I said, well, if you call me back, just keep in mind, based on the question you asked me, I might be rude to you. I said, because people call all the time trying to trick you to get information to have access to your account. I said, so just be mindful, based on the question you asked me, will be the kind of information you'll get back from me. So he was aware. So when he called back, he was like, hey, Mr. Ford, how you doing? I'm like, I'm doing good. I'm like, how can I help you? Just like I'll be, he like, oh, this is Sean from, Fidelity. I just want to talk to you about, the margin interest request you put in. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, can you verify your information? And then he asked me just one question, right? And I responded, and he's like, okay, well, right now, your new margin interest required interest is 6.5%. 6.5%. So my margin interest came back from 10.80 something percent the last time I checked it, if I remember, when I was on the call with him, right? 10.80 something percent to 6.5%. Guys, I was like doing a little dance real quick. Ooh. So it's a good thing. So now I go from paying the daily interest of $100 and something, right? Which is a lot of money if you add it up, down to $60 something a day, because based on how much money I have in my portfolio and that I'm borrowing. So it's a good thing. It's a win, right? A little win. But when that happened today, I got that call. I was like, you know what? I'm going to continue my day. I'm going to get up. I'm going to go to the gym. I'm going to go work out, because no matter what happened to the account, there's nothing I can do. If I get a margin call, I can deal with that after the fact. But I can't just sit here and look at my computer and be like, okay, just in case I get a margin call, no, I'm not worried about that at this point. I have stuff I can sell that can cover the margin just in case something happens, So I'm like, I'm not worried about that. I'm gonna get healthy. I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna work out for an hour, come back, do my job, and look at the market. And of course, that's exactly what I did. So going forward, I used to work out all the time. I kind of stopped, but being focused on just this all day, it's not good. Whether the market is up or down, it's not good, because at some point there's nothing you can do. It's sitting there thinking about it, it's not good. Okay? So if the market's bad and you don't have money to invest, if you have margin calls, you got to think about ways to solve that. But if you don't have a way to solve it, get away from this computer. Go somewhere. Go work out. Go ride a bike. Exercise. Clear your mind, because when you do, it helps you think. Okay, guys? It helps you think. I just wanted to share that with you. So people charge people, to tell them how to go, lower your margin requirements. Okay, so I told you guys what I did and it worked. So if you watch the video, you know what to do to get your margin interest down if you do have margins. If you don't have margins, then of course you don't even have to worry about this. You can share that with somebody else if you need to. Okay, so right now the estimate is still $40,000 for this month. And guys, if we bring in 40 grand this month, believe me, I will still be happy with all of the crap that happened in the first week of this month. Okay, now we're still at $10 million in estimated value for 10 years, and 5 years we at 2.3. We're almost at 2.3, almost now to 2.4. So I don't know, like I said, I'm planning some crazy stuff, and hopefully I don't lose my shirt, but I can't stop now. I have to be prepared for the next crazy stuff. So if it's going to be a month from now, 2 months from now, I have to get myself out the rut. So just in case something happens, I won't be like dealing with that stuff, margin calls no more. So, and I say the best way to do that is to bring down my cost base in my positions. If you look at this right here, you see right here, I mean, this is not on margins, but I got $3,000 something here. That's margin. That's not margin, but that, negative balance, a loss. So the only way I can fix this, right, is to bring down my cost base. And that's the only way I can fix this stuff. So I have to start one position at a time and try to fix that. Okay. Some days might be better than others, but I have to start one position at a time and try to fix it. And once I fix some of the positions that I have is stuff I want to sell anyway. So once I fix it and bring down that cost base, I'm still going to sell out of it. So it don't really matter. It's not like I want to hold on to it. I just don't want to be selling at a loss, okay? Or if I'm $500 down, if I can bring it down to $20 and sell it and put the money into something else that's going to bring me a return, that will get that margin money, that will get that money back, I'm still going to do that. When I started investing in the stock market as a day trader, which I wasn't good at because I didn't have enough money, so I had that patent day trading rule that applies to me when I buy stuff. So after a while, I'm like, you sit there looking at the computer thinking about what you can do, what you should do, what you shouldn't do, and you don't have money because you have to have a certain amount of money in your account to be able to bypass that rule. And the other option was to have different accounts. I don't know, right? Different accounts, so you can buy here, sell there. But of course, moving the money between accounts is always the difficult part. But I did all of that. But one of the guys, I can't think of his name right now, but he always says, if you as a day trader, not as a dividend investor, right? If he buys something, right, and as soon as he starts to lose money, he cut his losses. If he buys something and it starts to go up, he hold on to it until it starts to drop, he sell and cut his losses. So that kept him from losing a lot of money. And as a dividend investor, it's quite different because I'm investing for distribution. So once the distribution is good, of course, I'm going to hold on to my position. But at some point, I have to say, okay, I'm down 21% in a $15,000, almost $16,000 portfolio, right? How do I fix this? And the only way to fix this would be to put a little bit more money back into this portfolio and then cost base back. Of course, especially this one right here, I'm going to get rid of AIYY. I keep telling you guys, AIYY is on the chopping block. And it keep going down, down, down. And I hope I can fix it before they either do a split or something. That would be the worst thing that can happen to that because I have thousands of dollars in the red in my big portfolio. So, like I said, that bothers me a lot that I need to hurry up and fix that. And it's just, not just talk about it. So I've been doing some calculations, how many shares I need to buy, to get it back down to where it is, where it need to be. So even if they do a split, I'm not losing $30,000. Losing 30 grand and losing 3 grand, that's a big difference. Okay, so guys, I tell you this because I want you to pay attention to your portfolio. That's why I tell you check your freaking portfolio multiple times a day, because if you don't, anything can happen, right? We made 12 grand in one day. The next day, we portfolio down $32,000. Okay, great. Okay, but we still have to survive, man. We still have to survive and fight, because this is what we're here for. Okay, I'm not a crazy multimillionaire, not there yet, but it's work in progress, right? I work a 9 to 5, just like all you guys. Well, not a regular 9 to 5. I work remotely, so I don't have to get up and go to the office. I apologize for you guys who have to get up and go to the office. I never liked that, and I always look for a job that pay me remote, even if they pay me less money, right? By the time you count the amount of hours you have to be in the car to go to work, deal with traffic, the stress, I would take $30,000 less every year to not go to the office, because that peace of mind, that tranquility, guys, if you don't understand that, I don't know what to tell you. Okay, having money is good, but having peace is even more better. Okay, guys, remember, this is not financial advice. I'm just here to motivate you to invest in your future, right? You see how bad things get sometimes, right? It go bad, it go up, it go down, but in the end, right, you have to be like the Blues. You have to be a champion. Okay, and champion never give up, even though we are the underdogs, right? We're the underdogs in the stock game, right? We get the information after the big boys get it, but we're not giving up, because the goal is to be successful. Rain, sleet, snow, ice, monsoon, tornado, whatever, is to be successful. So we got to try the best way we know how. Okay, now if I could go get a loan for $200,000 right now, within a week, my portfolio would be mostly green, and it would be over $1 million. But right now, that don't look like it's gonna happen. So we gotta do it the old-fashioned way. We gotta pull up our bootstrap, get in there, and take it, right? Duke it out with the market, okay, to balance this portfolio. Okay, guys, I love you guys. Remember to invest in your financial future, because like I always say, only you can do it for you. You can pay somebody else to do it, but guess what? Key word is pay somebody else to do it. But when you learn how to do it, man, you can live with that forever. You take that to your grave, because you're not going to depend on somebody to do that for you. Okay, so this is how you teach yourself to fish. Okay, you learn how to fish. Okay, so you don't have to go beg for a fish, because you know how to do it. And once you know how to fish, guess what? You can feed yourself for life. Okay, guys? If you don't get it, forget about it. If you get it, have a great day.